Dear viewers, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you're well from wherever you watch this channel. I'd like to start this session by appreciating you so much for making this channel grow. If you wish to support us, just subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. So Atwoli was exposed by Senator Ledama or Kina, who questioned him about the secret he has been using to stay in Kotu for long. There is no point for me to remind you that Atwoli is one of those people who has been supporting Raila Amolo Odinga and even going to an extent of calling himself Shemegi with Raila Amolo Odinga. There is no point for me to remind you what happened last year and the terminologies or the remarks that Atwoli used to make about William Ruto, like the famous one we talked about, mtakata miti sugoi, huyu mtu atajinyonga. You remember those kind of remarks back then? So it happens that Atwoli seems to have forgotten all those and is now campaigning for William Ruto. And in fact, of all the leaders of the union leaders, he is the only person who has supported this finance bill. And he supported it when he didn't know that people would reject it. But now that people rejected it, Atwoli went silent, he went mute, and did not want to comment about anything. When the latest remarks were, about Moses Kuria insulting the media personality, a very renowned media personality, Atwoli did not respond to that. When Gachagua made those remarks yesterday at the JKUAT graduation ceremony, saying that hatuna kazi, Atwoli never responded to that. And why is it so? Ledama or Kina has exposed Atwoli and asked him a very, very simple question about the secret he uses to stay in power, saying that he was during the Moi, he was during the Kibaki, he was during Uhuru, and now during William Ruto. It is as if he is still going to be in power, controlling Kotu. So let me go through a tweet that Ledama or Kina shared that got Atwoli responding to it. So this is what Senator Ledama or Kina said. When is Atwoli retiring? This man has been around the labor movement for decades. Moi came and left, Kibaki and Uhuru followed, and the way things are unfolding, the current occupier of the house on the hill will also go and leave him there. I wonder what his secret is. And then soon after, I think it was some minutes thereafter, Atwoli responded. And this is what Atwoli said. The secret is that God service to man is service to God. And he who serves God, you cannot defeat him. I will be there for some times because of honesty. God bless. So let me remind you that recently William Ruto appointed Francis Atwoli to be a board member of a board that shall advise the government on the issues of immigration, entry permits and work permits for non-citizens. So from the appointment, Atwoli is supposed to serve under David Siele as a chairperson alongside other members, including Jacqueline Mugo, Michael Macharia, George Masese, Ernest Madome, Rose Omamo, Daisy Wanjanjiru, and Areba Omoyo Samba. I think this appointment, according to me, is a way to silence Atwoli from attacking the government. Why? How would, again, William Ruto contain Atwoli? By giving him a job. So Atwoli has been given another job by the Kenya Kwanza regime. So what this means is that Atwoli is working under this Kenya Kwanza regime, a regime that he did support. I want to take you back a bit before I address this issue that has been brought about by Senator Ledama or Kina. I want to remind you about a statement that Atwoli made last year. I mean, this is crucial to this analysis. Last year, Atwoli warned William Ruto not to create enmity between the rich and the poor. which has boiled down to this finance bill whereby the salaried and the non-salaried are now being treated as enemies, because the non-salaried are now to depend on the salaried employees, people who are going to be deducted money, and then it's alleged that they be deducted taxes, the housing fund tax, and then the people who are supposed to benefit from these deductions are the non-salaried. But then the non-salaried bracket, there are those people who do small businesses, do not have pay slips, but they do small businesses, and their money will not be taxed under the housing fund tax. So as a result, what Atwoli prophesied last year when he was with Raila Amolo Odinga is what we are going to experience going forward. The non-salaried beef between a beef between the non-salaried and the salaried citizens. So on to the statement by Senator Ledama or Kina. And this is very important for the nation to understand that Atwoli has been there. Moi came, Moi left. Kibaki came, Kibaki left. Uhuru came, Uhuru left. Now Ruto is in power and Atwoli has been given an appointment. And Atwoli has been given a job. So what does that mean? That simply means that Atwoli is not ready to relinquish the position of the Court Secretary General. I think that he vowed to relinquish. I think he said that it was going to be the last time, but I think from the look of things and from the response he has given to Senator Ledama Kina, it is alleged that Atwoli is not going to relinquish that Secretary General positions wakati huu bado. I think I can attribute this appointment by William Ruto to the fact that Atwoli is looking forward to continue campaigning for William Ruto and stop campaigning for Raila Amolo Odinga. So I think, to my understanding, Atwoli ni msaliti too, because if you believed in the ideologies of Raila Amolo Odinga, what changed? What really changed? Within a span of 1 month, what changed? That you stopped believing in him and now started believing in a manifesto which you did not even support. How is that possible? So that's why I'm saying that our viongozi wote ni maslahi tu. The only person who has not been after maslahi, I think, is Raila Amolo Odinga. But all these other politicians ni maslahi. So Ledama Ole Kina has exposed Atwoli, and I think going forward, Kenyans will react to this. Atwoli has been exposed because he is not the defender anymore, the person who used to defend the people. He is no longer that kind of person who talks about the high cost of living anymore. He doesn't talk about that. He is not even castigating this government over the taxes, high taxes. In fact, Atwoli right now is going to bed with the government. That is something that we are very, very much concerned about as the citizens of this nation, because the outspoken person, the righteous person, he actually branded himself as the righteous person, the outspoken person, but now Atwoli amepewa kazi, and as a result Atwoli has decided to turn a blind eye on citizens. So dear viewers, can you tell us below the comment section what do you think about this tweet from Senator Ledama Ole Kina and also the response by Atwoli? And do you believe Atwoli is now pro-people or just pro-government? Is Atwoli just looking for his own, maslahi yake, or looking for the maslahi of, the citizens? Can you tell us below the comment section there? And also tell us, how do you think Atwoli is going to champion for the agenda of the labor movement when he himself is not going to bed with the government that did not increase the salaries of the people? The government that is now going to tax people more. And what is Atwoli doing about it? So Atwoli is not doing anything about protecting the workers, and this will end his career as a labor boss. I think this is going to end Atwoli's career, because now that he is not championing for the rights of people, he is only looking for his own is only championing maslahi yake peke yake. So what does that mean? That means going forward, it's not going to be easy for the labor movement, and I think there's going to be some kind of division in the labor movement, because they will be forced to defend the people and not the government. And Atwoli cannot defend the people anymore, but he will always defend the government because amepewa kazi. So Senator Ledama has simply exposed Atwoli, which to me, I think I agree with Ledama or Kina. There was a need to expose Atwoli over the latest move. There was a need to expose Atwoli kabisa. If Atwoli was with Ruto, was with Uhuru and Raila, and Uhuru has not jumped ship and said that now I'm supporting Ruto, Uhuru has maintained his position, then what is Atwoli doing about it? I think Atwoli should just out of the call to umbrella, because he is not defending the people. So dear viewers, kindly tell us below the comment section what you think about this, and also like to urge you to stay safe and stay blessed until you catch up again in our next analysis.